Hey, my friend, it's Michaela here, your business navigator. Thank you for joining me today, whether you're watching live or catching the replay. As we near the end of the year, now is a really great time for business owners and leaders to do a bit of a wrap and recap on the last year, this past year, and to cast your vision and goals for the upcoming year. So I wanted to jump on this live today and share some things. I believe that the best way to create the future is to design it with intention and then take aligned and inspired action on the path, right, towards those goals and towards your dreams. So today I want to share 3 unconventional success strategies that you must include in your business growth roadmap for 2024 if you want to proactively shape and influence your results for next year. And I'm also going to share the 3 roadblocks that might get in your way of implementing some of these strategies. So let me know who's on today. And if you're excited about this topic, I am actually going to bonus everybody on the call today. I would love to give you a gift. It's my Ultimate Success Planning Clarity Tool, and it's really to help you gear up your growth with more alignment and more ease. In fact, if you want that resource right now, just type the word clarity in the comment box and I'll get you the details after the broadcast. I'd love to know what inspired you to join me today. Drop me a line in the comments about what resonates with you about this topic of success strategies to include in your business by design blueprint. I love helping business owners and leaders navigate success by design while staying true to who you are so that you can really lead with intention. So here we go. 3 unconventional strategies that you must include in your business growth roadmap if you want to design your success. Number 1, purging and pruning. Purging and pruning. Shiny objects, new ideas, and other distractions, we've got a ton of them, right? So give yourself the gift of rearranging what you've got on your plate, because if you keep adding things without taking some things away, you're going to be very busy and you won't necessarily get the results that you're looking for. So one question I'd love for you to ask yourself is, what are you taking with you this year that is in full alignment with your vision, your core focus? And what are you leaving behind that is no longer in alignment, or that is not in alignment with where you're headed? Have the courage to leave behind what isn't working, what doesn't feel right, and what doesn't support you with who you're becoming or what you're creating next year. So purge and prune, really important. Number 2, identify potential obstacles. So what are the obstacles that you think are in your way of fulfilling your core focus and your goal for this coming year? I want you to reflect on all the things that you think are barriers to your success, and I want you to write them down. Oh, and by the way, in your clarity tool, you're going to find lots of opportunity here to create what we're talking about here today and take some notes. So this is where you really want to get honest with yourself about all the things you think are getting in your way. And hint, if you're super honest with yourself, then your name should also be on that list, because let's be honest, whether we know it or not, whether we want to admit it or not, we all get in our own way sometimes, despite our best efforts. It's just human nature. So make a list of all of the potential obstacles, all of the things that you feel are in your way now, or that you feel might get in your way, that you think are in your way. Write all of those potential roadblocks or obstacles down, because then this leads to number 3 strategy, which is list all of your resources. Think about your list of obstacles and list out all of the corresponding resources that you can tap into to support yourself as you navigate those obstacles. What resources do you currently have? So what do you already have available to you right now, either within yourself or accessible to you, or maybe one ask away from getting that resource? What resources do you need? So write down all the specific details, the names of the people, the names of the team members who maybe have that expertise that you're lacking, or who have clarity on things that might be in your blind spot. You want to get super clear on who are the people that you can tap into as resources when you face that roadblock or that challenge that you think will be in your way. Also, what are the specific tools? Maybe there's specific tools that you need. Maybe there is some training that you might need to get. Perhaps there's new technology that might support you with those resources or obstacles. Maybe skills. Maybe there's some training and skills that you need to shore up on, or some expertise that you might need to borrow from people that you know or from experts in the field. Or maybe there's some new beliefs that you want to adopt that might serve you and support you a little bit better. Hey, Charles, good to see you on. Thanks for stopping by. So, as a recap, number one, unconventional strategy is purge and prune. What are you leaving behind this year and what are you taking with you? Number two is identify the obstacles that you think are getting in your way so that you can do number three, which is list all the resources that will help you navigate each of those obstacles. So, it seems pretty easy, right? But the rubber really hits the road when it comes to the implementation of these things. Number one, we definitely need to write them down. And that's why the clarity tool, and if you want this, just drop the word clarity in the comments, is really going to help you because you've got goal planners and for annual and quarterly and monthly goal planners. You've got here space to write, what your strategies are, what your goals are, what your resources might be, your barriers, getting really clear on your targets, your vision, your mission, etc. So number one, you really do need to write them down because if you don't write them down, they're not real. And if you are writing them down, then at least you can plan for them, and then you'll know what to do, and you can be more agile and flexible when you're actually working your plan. So there's a potential for things falling apart, right? If you don't consider the three roadblocks that might get in your way of implementing those strategies that I mentioned. So roadblock number one is no perspective. So if you're deep in the woods of your business, you don't have perspective, right? Lack of long-term planning at a 30,000 foot level on a regular basis, whether you're a CEO with a team, whether you're a business owner, with just a couple of people on your team, whether you're a solopreneur, lack of long-term planning at a 30,000 foot level is very important because if you don't have that, it really creates this short-term thinking, this tunnel vision at ground level, right? And that's not helpful. So that's why it feels like you might always be in reactive mode, putting out fires, being pulled in different directions. So who do you have in your corner to help you gain and maintain healthy, objective perspective on what you're working on keeping you focused on the future and planning and visioning while at the same time being able to direct the team for your daily activities or your own daily activities. So this is where having a coach, having a mentor can completely change the game for you, to have somebody in your corner who can help you get perspective and hold that mirror up and be able to be a sounding board for you so that you're not doing it all alone and holding the burden all by yourself. Number two roadblock is distraction. So as human beings, we do this little dance with ourselves. We do a bunch of busy work that's relatively easy for us to do and that makes us feel good in the moment. We're checking things off the list, which gives us that hit of serotonin, but it doesn't get us the long-term results that we want. The busy work is keeping us from doing what we know deep down in our soul that we actually need to be doing, those things that will actually move the needle in your business. You'll get much farther if you take the little steps every single day of the right actions instead of inconsistent random steps or big leaps once in a while that aren't sustainable. And so what I'm talking about here is lack of focus. And the solution, of course, is single-minded focus. Stop trying to do everything. Stop trying to spin all the plates. Focus on the impact areas of your business and where you have the greatest joy and momentum both. Success is a very simple formula. It's not rocket science. I'm going to share with you my formula here, which is vision plus strategy plus bold, consistent action equals results. Vision, strategy, bold, consistent action equals results. So having an effective strategy that is reverse engineered from your vision is what helps you create focus. Otherwise, you're kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Does that make sense? So drop me a comment and let me know what's resonating here. Number three roadblock is misalignment. So the problem today is that there's too much noise, right? There's external noise outside of us, which is social media, too many options, too much marketing hype, too much emphasis on hustle culture, too much advice from armchair coaches. These are best friends or a well-meaning mother or cousin who has a business, too much competing advice. Number two kind of noise is internal noise inside of our own mind, right? With the voices that take up residence in our head, telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing, criticizing you, blaming you, shaming you, self-judgment for what you have or haven't done. This is just, it's huge. This is one of the biggest problems that we have as business owners, right? And one of the areas that I work on with my clients a lot to help them, keep their head in the game and get back on track quickly to what's really important. There's a high cost to falling victim to this kind of internal and external noise. It's really important to get that under control and in check. And, these are hot buttons. These are what fuel the fear. and fear informs bad decisions, right? So all of these external and internal things take us out of alignment. There's a few other things that take us out of alignment when we succumb to FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. That takes us out of alignment with ourselves, puts our power outside of ourselves. When we catch comparatitis, anyone have that one? Takes you out of alignment. This is the disease of comparing yourself to others. And keeping up appearances, this is another big one. This is about trying to be perfect or living up to the accolades or self-identity that you created around who you are or who you think you need to be. Totally takes us out of alignment. Hustle culture, buying into that storyline, totally takes us out of alignment. Inner critic, imposter syndrome, these are all, the committee of voices that take residence in our mind. These are all things that take us out of alignment if they're not kept in check. So that needs to be, taken a look at and taken into consideration on the implementation side of implementing those unconventional strategies that I mentioned. Because the strategies and the ideas, you can find those on the internet. A lot of them are free, but it's really about the implementation and making sure that you are have the right support and resources around you so that you're implementing effectively and impactfully. This is your time. This is your time to create the life and the business you absolutely love while staying true to who you are. The world is waiting for you and your amazing gifts that only you can bring. And my invitation to you is to design what you want. Design what you want your business to look like next year. Don't just settle for default. Don't just tolerate, what you had this year. Even if it was great this year, did it fill you up? Did it fill your soul? Did it make you happy? If it doesn't light you up, you have the ability to change it. You have the right. You deserve to create what you want and to dream big for that. So that's my invitation, and your dream business awaits. I'm here to support you. If you feel that Some Direction Accountability will offer the support you need to succeed, my DMs are always open. Remember that crossroads are catalysts, not roadblocks. So if you're at a crossroads, this is your gentle reminder, right? To wake up to the reality that your heart and your soul are in charge, not your mind. I invite you to go for your dreams and make them a reality, because your dreams and desires have a voice, and now is your time. I remember the day that I decided to leave my birth country to move to a foreign country where I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a place to live. I didn't speak the language. There was nothing waiting for me on the other side. Truth is, that single decision changed my life, a decision that I had made 23 years earlier, but a dream that actually didn't come into fruition until decades later, as I got, developed more of the courage and the resources and the faith, to be honest, to dive into that. Because if I had remained living in my birth country because it was easy, my spirit would have died there. It would have shriveled up there. And because there's no joy in finding ourselves in a place where we're just tolerating, where we're not living our life, where we're not living our dream. I've definitely been on a journey to connect with my authentic self, and the one where I get to uncover who I am and not be the person others want me to be or the person I think I should be. Many expats want to eventually leave their adopted country to go back to their hometown, but I will always follow my own guidance for living in full alignment with who I am and what I'm here to do with the world, because I spent way too many decades doing the opposite, and I know what that feels like. And so this is my wish for you too, because then and only then will you find true peace, joy, and fulfillment. So remember, lead with intention, my friend. Choose to design your business to support not only your goals and your dreams, but to be in full alignment with who you are and what you're meant to do in this world. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.